And the only change that you had is that you wanted to remove the word "the."
Yeah, it looked like, I think it used to say legal counsel of the city attorneys.
Well, I would ask
That
that,
says of Mr. Bettini.
I would ask that there be no changes from Pilar's resolution. Let's not add some more mud to this water. I think that it's dirty enough already, and let's not make it more cloudy than it already is. I think that Pilar's resolution, Peggy, help me, is Pilar's original resolution.
The one
That-
from Tuesday, the 1st?
Correct. That resolution is essentially what we worked on and what you signed off on.
No, the
Including-
resolution that, well, no, that was the one that you gave me, correct?
Correct.
And I signed off on that, and after talking to Mr. Bosell with Mr. Commit, Mr. Bosell lodged a complaint that I would sign off on a resolution that was being signed by someone who's not an acting attorney, with Mr. Petunak still city attorney. So I could not do that. We even talked about perhaps with Mr. Commit being made acting attorney today, signing off here right after he was made acting attorney, but the mayor advised that he wanted to have the agenda the way it was presented to Ms. Vach, and that was why it went forward the way it did.
Okay, well, whether or not it was signed off for legal sufficiency doesn't change the validity of the council's vote. It just has an impact as to whether or not should be voting on something without some assurance that it has legal standing, that it's legally sufficient.
But there is a place in the code that requires that the city attorney sign as to form and legal sufficiency and be noted by the city manager.
But not necessarily before a vote. He has to sign that it meets legal sufficiency.
Yes, before
Yes,
presentation to
before
council.
presentation to council. That's the way it reads.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that there certainly is precedent where several things came before us time and time again where it was not signed until after the council approved it.
And that was one thing that we talked to Ms. Pilar about, was how awkward that was in a situation where you're terminating the city attorney, and the city attorney is required under the code to sign as to form and legal sufficiency. That's just not right.
Catch-22.
It is a catch-22, as Mr. Bosell mentioned.
Well, it may be a difficult thing to do, but sometimes doing your job is a difficult thing to do. And I think that he had a legal requirement to look at it and sign off with legal sufficiency. He saw it, he knew it existed.
And I've heard that argument mentioned by several of the council members individually.
Could we entertain a motion to approve this? It's not binding until we vote on it on Tuesday, I understand?
I don't know that you really need to approve the language, because as we discussed, you may think of additional things you want to insert in it on Tuesday.
Wouldn't
In other
it-
words, are you locking in stone that part about the statement of reasons?
Well, I would think that if somebody had wanted to do a resolution, that they wouldn't want anybody else tampering with the reasons of that resolution.
Well, remember, if I may, the resolution might be brought forth by a particular council member. It is a resolution of the city council. It's not the individual member's resolution. It has been adopted by the entire council. So the entire council, I would opine, has a right to input into it.
I want to make sure that the integrity of the language is agreed upon and doesn't show up changed on Tuesday.
If that's what council wants to do.
Tammy, what's your notice requirements? When do you have to have the language in order to give proper notice?
You advertise it by title, not.
Right, a resolution of this matter doesn't require a public hearing, so I just have the title on the agenda.
So,
And it's been noticed.
and is our legal advice at this point that it only has to be advertised by title and that somebody doesn't come back and kick us in the shins later on and say that we changed a word? Has to be advertised by title only.
Right.
Okay. And we can, okay.
So we don't have any action that we need
We
to
don't
take on
need to
this?
take any action.
Okay,
Other than adjourn.
so we can adjourn. I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
All in favor?
Second.
Aye.
No roll call vote necessary on that. We're out of here.